Hello everyone, this is Jack and this is the second Terrablox devblog. In this episode I'm going to show you what I've been working on in the past week and give you a glimpse of some ideas for what's to come in the future. Hope you enjoy. So this week I've pretty much just been putting in the core basics. So if you look on the bottom here you'll see the block selector. So we can now remove and place blocks like this. Nothing new. Let's place that one back. There we go. It's a little bit bugs that selector, but there you go. And now, because we have all these shadow castings going on as well, this is taken into account now. So as you see, when I destroy this, the lighting is instantly fixed. So I can destroy all this down, and its lighting, its shadows that it casts will completely disappear as well as come back if I start building again. So that's pretty cool. And the world is now chopped up into lots of chunks. So instead of the world being one huge model, which like I said before takes about 54 seconds to load, is now cut into chunks. So each of these chunks is 16 by 16 by 24 or whatever. And that's a lot quicker to generate than, it's a lot quicker to generate lots of them, because you can be playing the game while it's still modeling the map, so you don't have these long loading times like you did before. So that's pretty neat, and I'll show you that generation now. So it's loading, and see, that didn't take very long at all, and as you can see the world is generating in massive long strips here, pretty fast considering, and at the moment it's pretty linear. It just goes from like left to right, left to right. It's just trying to fill this grid, but in the final game it will be based on where the character is. So if the character was standing here, it will generate the regions around him first before it even started doing these other bits. And if you're looking into the distance, like, oh, let me get down here. So if you was looking into the distance rather than like down or anything, so if you was looking in that direction, it would only generate stuff over that direction. So it would ignore that, and it would ignore that. So it will generate first what you need to see. So it'll prioritize that, just to make it more unnoticeable. So here's this little house I just built for a laugh, and just to demonstrate some things in practice, like shadow casting there from the bridge I just built, and get in here, light shining through the windows. Oh, and through there, that's wrong. Oh well. So yeah, nice little shack in the woods. So that was some terrain stuff. Nothing you haven't seen before, nothing too exciting, but it's the core stuff, and there's a lot of back-end stuff there which can't really show off right now. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that one. But now I want to show you what we've been doing with the characters so far. Which we've got the boy in the game, so he's walking around, and he's not going to look exactly like this. I mean, he does in shape, but he hasn't got any shading or anything yet, and that's something I was trying to get in today, and it just took a bit more time than I expected. But bear with, and just use your imagination. So, this is the new Terraboy. Got stuck behind a tree there. And yep, as you can see, no shading at the moment, but all his bits are there, and he has a little animation. Some of the terrain collision is a bit off at the moment because I haven't really put much time into that yet, so that will definitely be fixed. like you can do this, look, woohoo! But I think his gravity is pretty cool. I quite like the gravity and drowning, and you can see him as his walking animation from various directions. Should just get on a flat place because flat is better. Okay, actually up here is good. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, his animation doesn't reset at the moment. Got a lot of work to do on this, but it all works. It's all nice. Hold on, I keep forgetting my keys here. So yeah, just the collisions need a bit of work before they actually start feeling good. At the moment you can just walk into anything, fly up it and whatever. And yeah, it just needs a lot more work. So that he resets properly as well. So he looks like that when he's not moving. But yeah, that's just the one animation so far, just the walking animation, because he doesn't have any actions yet. What I do want to do is I want to put in that falling animation, so when he does that his hands flay up like he's panicking or something. So that will be cool. But yeah, that's Terraboy. Now, as you can see in this new concept image, we've got Terraboy camping around a fire, cooking some mushrooms at night in the pouring rain. So we will have day and night cycles. So day is obviously, you can see what's coming, you can see all around you and you feel safe. Doesn't mean you always will be, but you'll feel that way. And come night time, that's when all the dark things start creeping out of corners and you have to find ways to protect yourself. And one of those ways will be building a fire, because obviously things that come out at night obviously don't like the light. So if you build a fire, you'll keep most of them away. And as for weather, different types of weather will have different effects on you. Like, so rain for example, that will get you wet and cold. And in those situations, you'll start losing health because Terrablox doesn't like that. He wants to be warm. And things like snow, they'll make you really cold, and you'd have to sort of have something to keep you warm nearby. Like that torch, for example, would be a good bet. And too much heat, like in the desert or something, would require you to carry more water with you because you're going to get dehydrated faster, and if you get dehydrated, your health will start running low. So drink is very important, as well as food and shelter. So as you're going through the world, surviving, you'll gain experience for all the actions that you're doing. So that could be gathering resources, finding food, cooking food, drinking water, killing monsters, making items such as axes and swords, whatever. Can be anything. And this will give you experience, and you will level up from that experience. And when you level up, you will be rewarded with knowledge. And knowledge could be anything. It could be like how to craft a sword, for example, or how to craft an axe or a fishing rod or whatever. It depends what you've been doing. So if you've been like picking a load of fish out of a stream with your hands, you're more likely to gain the knowledge of a fishing rod than a sword, because a sword isn't going to help you do that anymore, but a fishing rod will help you catch more fish. If you're cooking lots of mushrooms, you're more likely to learn knowledge about how to make a cooking pot, which will help with making more mushroom soup or whatever. If you've been chopping a lot of trees, you'll be able to craft better axes and stuff like that, and maybe even move into random things. So it could just throw wild cards at you just to see if you start adapting them. So even if you have been like chopping down a lot of trees, it might suddenly give you a pickaxe, and with that you could build a pickaxe and you could start digging into the ground or something, or you could not. It depends. So it'll throw out these wild cards as well, just to sort of add a bit of evolution to your character. So the idea is that we don't want every game to feel the same, and we don't want people surviving in the same, just using the same tactic. So we want to throw a lot out there and have a lot of different options for how different people might want to play. So the last thing I want to talk about is NPCs. There will be villages scattered around the world which you'll be able to visit, and inside the villages will be NPCs with different jobs, such as weaponsmith, tailor, village idiot, mayor, whatever. A cook would be a good one. And villagers will protect the place they live in, so they'll interact with enemy mobs as well. And you could also kill them if you wanted to, but they'd probably win. They'd probably kick you out of their village or end your game pretty early. But it's probably better to keep them on your side, because NPCs will be able to give you quests, and quests will be linked to their job. So if you was to talk to a weaponsmith, he might ask you to go collect some metal for him to help him build a weapon. and as a reward for doing that, he might give you a weapon, or he might give you knowledge that will help you do your own stuff in the future. So, and they'll also give you lots of experience for doing quests, so they're a good one to keep on your side. And it's good to have friends. I think that's gameplay covered so far. I don't know what else I've got to talk about on that. So that was the second Terrablox Devblog video. Next week I'll be working on saving the game. And it will be saving the game, per chunk. So it won't be saving one massive map. And because it's saving per chunk, this is an extra step on the path to infinite terrain. Because it won't matter how big the terrain is, because it's all saved in individual little bits. And I'll also be adding in the main menu. I don't know how much I'm going to put into that yet, but it's one of the things that just needs to be there for a demo. So I want to get one step closer to that as well. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.